Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this presentation on looping statements by Group 4. Loops are a fundamental concept in programming that allow us to perform repetitive tasks efficiently and effectively. In this presentation, we will explore the different types of loops available in programming languages and their syntax, as well as best practices for their use. By the end of this presentation, you will have a solid understanding on how to use loops to automate repetitive tasks and streamline your code. So let's dive in and explore the world of looping statements. But first, we have the task distribution. Firstly, we have inject COTONIEL to present the results of the debug code, Hadwin PARREñas for the flow of the script and arrangements, Jharmley ARNAIZ for the analysis and conclusion, and lastly Marione Crucero for the narration. Now let's call on my groupmates to start the demonstration.
This program prompts the user to enter a non-negative integer and calculates its factorial. It uses a do-while loop to ensure that the user enters a non-negative integer. The program calculates the factorial of the integer using a for loop and stores the result in the factorial variable. Finally, the program prints the factorial of the input integer to the console. This program prints a table of the sine, cosine, and tangent of angles in degrees from 0 to 20. It uses a do-while loop to iterate over the angles, and inside the loop, it converts the angle to radians. Calculates the trigonometric functions using the sine, cosine, and tangent functions, and then prints out the results using count or cout. The program uses the fixed and set precision manipulators to format the output with 4 decimal places.
We initialized the variables and executed them only once, using the knowledge we learned and gained. The necessary condition was added, ensuring that the loop's main execution would occur. When it enters a false condition, it immediately terminates itself. It would work update and initialize variable and of values, and recheck condition. We utilize the code that loops until we get the right amount of value. It shortens the code length, but it still brings the right amount of code we need. We then used another header file, include CMAT, for it to bring mathematical value that could easily shorten the code. Header files are used in C++ so that you don't have to write the code for every single thing. It helps reduce the complexity and the number of lines of codes. It also gives you the benefit of reusing the different function that declared in the header file to different. By utilizing the code's different terms and header file, we could shorten and make it easier to read the code. In order to make an application, we would need a lot of loot since it should continuously grow as the app progresses. Studying different terms would help shorten the code and can easily understood by the processor.
In conclusion, we have covered a lot of ground in this presentation for looping statements. We have discussed the importance of loops in programming, the different types of loops available, and best practices for using them effectively. We hope that you have gained a deeper understanding of how to use loops to simplify your code and make it more efficient. Remember, loops can be incredibly powerful tools in your programming arsenal, but it's important to use them appropriately and with care. Thank you for joining us today, and we wish you all the best in your programming endeavor. Thank you and have a great day.